presumably in your positions, people rely on you for your legal skills, but are there other skills, Kenya, that you utilize on a day-to-day basis that you find to be helpful?
You know what I found in this job, as a lawyer, you're really only responsible for yourself typically. Unless you're in a law firm, you may have associates under you, but I find in this job, a large part of my time is dealing with personnel issues that I never ever dealt with. My employees' problems, I won't say they become my problems, but they are things that I have to deal with. You know, if an employee is driving to work and is rear-ended in the state vehicle, that's something that's now on my plate. Or if an employee behaves badly, which really makes me angry, that is on my plate. So those are things I did not expect. When you leave the legal field, you may be responsible for more than yourselves. And I feel like, I don't know if you know Becky Doan, I said to her, do I need to take some HR classes? She said, no, that's what I'm here for. And I said, because I was constantly dealing with HR issues, and I was like, I took, you know, I think one clinical course in labor, but it wasn't my area, and I was like, can I do this, can I do that? This person's union, this person's not union. So that's what I'm still learning, and one of the things I'll tell you is that, and I don't know if anyone agree with this, you can be a lawyer for 30 years. You can be a lawyer for 50 years. If you don't learn anything after your first or second year, you're still the same dumb lawyer as when you graduated from law school. And you know, I meet people all the time, and it's like, I've been doing this for 30 years, and the numbers don't mean anything if you don't learn anything. And even though I've been practicing law for over 20 years, I'm still learning things. I've learned things in this job in a year and a half that are very different from being a lawyer. But I'm open to listening to my staff and willing to learn from it. I don't always agree with the things they tell me to do or want me to do, but I think you need to at least be open to learning. So don't think once I'm in 10 years of practice of law, I've learned everything, because that's not the case.
Can you just mention unions, and I know you do a fair amount of work with unions. Aside from your legal training, what other skills do you utilize on a daily basis?
Diplomacy. Absolutely, and human resource work is a lot. You wouldn't think you'd have to do that if you're not the human resource person, but we have to do an incredible amount. And the stories I could tell you, the stupid stuff people do, no, I won't. That's after we have a couple of drinks at the bar. We're not taping this, are we?
No, we're not.
I had requested this, but you have to have diplomacy. You have to be able to get along well with people. You have to have great organizational skills. And one of the greatest things about being a lawyer is, and it doesn't really matter what area you go in, you're constantly going to be learning new stuff. The Dirk, as we used to call her when she was in private practice, the Dirk can tell you all about the different types of hair. She had a case about a bad perm once in private practice. She had a case, was it a land use case where they were measuring in Chinese units?
Yes.
In Lancaster County? Yes. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And if you end up clerking or working in a DA's office, you learn all this stuff about, and of course you see this a lot now on TV with gunshots and the residue and the angles and lividity. I was so excited when I learned about what lividity was, and that's if a body's laying there for a while, the blood all settles. You flip them over, they're bruised, that's lividity. I never would have known that stuff I had, so you almost can't help but learn stuff.